I'm going to allow my guest to introduce himself. I'm hoping that he keeps it short. But no shade.
Oh, man, that's funny. What's going on, everybody out there in TV land? It's your boy, Dr. Love, a.k.a. Pigs and Knuckles, a.k.a. Rice and Gravy. What's happening?
Pigs and Knuckles.
I don't even ask. Hi, Tamala. So, Rich will not be joining us tonight, but we still have an exciting show. We have the cast of What If that will be coming on a little later. But for right now, we're going to get into Mr. Jay McGraw. I caught myself.
Yeah,
I
you
was
was about
So, he's here to debut his new single, It's Your Birthday. So, we're just going to let him take over for right now. So, go ahead and tell the people who you are and what you got going on.
My name is Jay McGraw, CEO of MAM Records, also hip-hop recording artist. What else you want to know? I got to do a lot. The Mogul Club brand.
Come on, man. You a talker.
Yeah, the Mogul Club brand, my own clothing line for everybody that's out there want to get fresh and don't support Gucci as they on. You can support me, the Mogul Club. Also, I have a private concert. It's on April 13th at Gentleman's 10 from 3 to 7. Hope to see you there. Y'all can search Eventbrite, Jay McGraw, private concert. And it's also my pre-birthday bash.
Okay.
So you going to come turn up with me?
I don't know how much turning up I'm going to do. I'm going to try to do a little something.
You turn up a little?
Just
and then when you get home, you turn all the way up.
That's right. The private dancer comes out. But don't fucking judge me. I'm just saying.
Hey, no judgment zone over here.
So, what was the motivation behind It's Your Birthday?
Well, my goal is to make timeless music. Mm-hmm. And that's one holiday that will never go away.
That's true.
It's always somebody's birthday. It's always somebody being born. Mm-hmm. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to tell more from a female standpoint and then from a male standpoint. So that's where I kind of grabbed both of them. So I kind of tell them how a woman comes in and then how a man comes in to a club on their birthday.
Okay. So explain that.
So women, when y'all come, y'all get y'all hair done. Gotta get the nails done.
Right.
We all show up fashionably late. You know, so that's part in there.
Gotta make an entrance.
Yeah, you gotta make an entrance. And then everybody's now on Facebook and IG, so, you know, that's in there. Mm-hmm. It's quite a few things in there. You know, drinking two-step. Everybody drinks. And
can you two-step?
A little.
A little.
I got a little
So we'll see some of that two-step at your party?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a little two-step.
And so you're also on the radio, so tell us about that.
Yeah, I've been in radio for since 2011. Mm-hmm. So I've been doing, I was on All About Music 108.9, and then I joined with Antoine when I was on the show like a lot. Mm-hmm. One thing I always tell people, don't ever tell me I'm always welcome, because I'm gonna test that.
I know.
Yeah, so he asked me to come up there. I mean, well, I had asked him, can I come up? And I said, someone ever go on vacation and need a fill-in, call me up, because I was ready to work. And that next day he called me up, was like, yeah, so we switching to Wednesdays now.
Okay.
And one of the guys can't do it, so I need you to do.
You need a new host?
Yeah, he needed a coach. I was like kind of nervous. He was like, man, if you can get along with Jen, you good. Yeah. It was Jen with the juice, because she was, you know, women don't really accept new people.
I think sometimes we could be territorial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very territorial.
Some. I'll say some. I'm not like that. If we connect, it doesn't really matter to me. Yeah. But I do know some people get a little territorial.
Yeah. Yeah, so there we were with a few radio stations with Baltimore Flavor Radio. And then shortly after that, A. Michelle came on, and it was a complete team, because we was like bouncing around the third person. The third person was like bouncing around, and finally found the last person, and then
it is. It's like coming there. Yeah, it's a team.
Yeah,
and I can feel it. Like when I came there, I'm like, oh, this is like the perfect fit. So yeah, I like that. And all three of you complement one another.
Yeah.
Because I just remember being on the show and watching you and Antoine with your facial expressions. It was kind of hard to concentrate. And he falling all out on the floor.
We cut up all the time.
I love that though, because it just feels so natural. So yeah,
we like to have fun.
That's what it's all about.
People are already stressed when you come into a radio station, period, anyway. Yeah. So it's like we try to like lighten the load a little. Yeah. Joke around.
Okay. So.
But shortly after that, we got the opportunity. We was blessed with the opportunity to look for our own.
Okay.
And so we started our own station, which was a great transition because shortly after we've had some shows sign up. So. Everything's been a smooth ride.
That's good. So what's next for you?
What's next? Bigger and better things. I always like to reinvent and do different things. Right now I'm doing acting.
Okay.
I never thought I'd be doing acting before in my life. I'm doing acting now.
You like it?
Yes, I did my role for Silk White's Till Death Do Us Part. Comes on every Wednesday on YouTube. Search Till Death Do Us Part, and you'll see me on that soon.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and I also did an extra role too, also.
Okay.
And with David Lloyd Marcus.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I've been doing some acting, and then I got another part coming up soon with I think it's the Chronicles of a Female Hustler.
Oh, that should
be
The Commandments
really of a Female Hustler. I'm sorry, that's what it is. The Commandments of a Female Hustler. So.
Okay.
I'm working.
You're working, and that's a good thing. So let me ask you, how do you find balance with working and relationship building? Because you can't come on the Intimacy Chronicles and not talk about relationships and sex and all that good stuff.
I knew all of that was coming.
Exactly.
Before I didn't know how to balance anything. To be honest, I was just straight music, business, and that's all that I knew.
Okay.
And it kind of sours your relationships.
I think it sours your relationship when your partner may not be as understanding. But when you're out there hustling, you still have to find balance.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard, though.
Yeah, I just learned balance, to be honest. I just learned it, and it's just making time for things, just putting some things to the side.
Right.
Well, I can get to that later. But like I've been having time with my kids. Usually my kids see me, I'm in through the door, change my clothes, I'm back out the door.
Right.
So it's like now I'm starting to be able to communicate with them and play with them. So like my daughter liked to play checkers. She was like, "Daddy, can you play checkers real quick?" I'm like, "Yeah."
So you make time for that. Yeah, that's what's up. Everything all right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Very well. Okay.
we had to do a backup, but I guess we're good.
What?
Because we're not connected.
So we're not on Facebook?
We're on now. I don't know what you do. We're on now.
I got to be able to download it, though. So I can't from your page.
Oh.
Yeah. So I had to fix that. But anyway, do you have any questions for Jay?
What made you start writing? Because I mean, like myself, I write. I'm a singer. So
okay.
I do R&B. So what made you? What influenced you to start writing?
Actually, how I got in is sort of weird, crazy. I guess you could say. an artist of mine I was managing. He was like, "You want to?" He was like, "You ever thought about rapping?" I was like, "Nah, buddy, that's y'all, man." He was, "Come on, try it." Nah, man, that's y'all. I'm comfortable in the background, being taking care of the business stuff. And he wrote a rap for me.
Okay.
And he was like, "All right, well, spit the rap." I was like, "All right, cool, did it." He said, "Nah, man, you ain't got no flavor. You got to add some flavor. You got some
Right.
put some flow into it." So then he rapped it, and then told me to rap over top of him. So basically, it was like a reference track.
Okay.
So did that, and came home. That next morning, I woke up. I had 5 songs.
Wow.
In my head, written. I wrote that same morning. I woke up, started writing, and I recorded them.
What was your first actual song?
It was called "Never Meant to Hurt You."
Okay.
And they had my my daughter. She was singing the hook.
Okay.
And basically, what it meant by "Never Meant to Hurt You" is more so about the life that we live. Like people get caught up in it, like get attracted to the women, and then they cheat, and then things like that. So it was like as if I cheated, and I got, I was telling her never meant to hurt. I never wanted it like this, but it happened.
Mm-hmm. Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Are you touring?
Huh?
You touring?
Am I touring?
Are you on tour?
No, I'm not on tour yet.
Not yet.
Nah.
You need security. Let me know.
Got you. Actually, I need you on the 13th.
Oh man. Okay. No problem.
He's gonna throw somebody out of the club and then sing.
Oh, yeah.
You might want him to sing first. Yeah, you might want him to sing first.
Oh man, that's funny.
Oh man, this is mild. I thought you was gonna hit me.
No, it's early yet.
I'm trying to get you.
I'm trying to get you warmed up now that you done got all your stuff out the way.
Yeah.
We want to know what turns Jay McGraw on.
What turns Jay McGraw on? A nice meal, soft lighting, and a nice back massage. That's what's gonna turn it on.
Okay, and
because I work all day and I do a lot of lifting, so yeah.
Okay,
That put me in the mood.
And so, do
and
you
sexy
role-play?
lingerie with some high heels. Mm-hmm. Yeah, high heels is definitely in. For me, if I see some high heels, this is on.
It's on.
It's on.
And so, for you, what's an ideal date?
Ideal date for me is just more so talking, great communication, conversation, and just getting to know each other on a deep basis.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that's stripped away from, like, most people want to go to the movies, most people want to go to dinner, most people.
Well, the movies can be intimate.
It's kind of hard
I
to
think
talk
a lot of
movies,
times,
though.
but aren't you
it's
just...
Like, hey,
well, you shouldn't be talking in the movies, but you can hold hands. That's intimate, You probably do some other things. But...
she just drifted off. It was like, yeah.
I did kind of drift off
I remember that one time
bit.
that I was in the movies.
Old memory. Yeah. So, in terms of, how long have you been in your relationship?
16.
16, okay.
Long
And as far as ups and downs, how would you say the communication is in the relationship? And are you a different person from 16 years ago than you are now? Like, have you evolved?
Yeah, I feel like everyone should evolve, especially that gap of a time frame, 16 years. I feel like everyone should, like, for me, back when I was younger, so I was a little bit immature.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot immature.
Mm-hmm.
And then now I'm more mature, where I can see where I'm doing wrong.
Right.
It's like, all right, I can kind of understand that.
Yeah, that's growth. And it's funny because you brought up a great point. What I find sometimes when I'm talking to couples, that have been in a relationship for a long time, sometimes one party does not evolve. That's why I asked that question. But I think if you're in it to win it, you have to put forth effort. You know,
some people say that.
Some people say that, but they don't.
Don't do it.
Exactly, and then they're wondering why they're at a crossroads in the relationship. Your idea of intimacy is?
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
We about to go there.
Here we go. You asked for it, though.
I asked for it.
He was ready because he already know me. So
yeah, I was already ready. I've been briefed already. Like the last time
and he
we
came
was
to
at
a live event.
Yeah,
so
we was at the event.
Here we go.
I'm by the bar with a drink. She started asking me questions.
I think she was trying to work you and my buddy Eric.
Oh, you talking about the woman?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because she was smiling at both of you like...
It was a great conversation.
It was. It was a fun time.
Yeah, it was a great conversation. Okay, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
What is intimacy to you?
I just want to make sure.
Oh, man.
I mean, just you know, be you.
Intimacy with me,
You
I
stuttering,
feel...
brother.
Just a little bit.
You stuttering?
I wanted to get the word right. Intimacy. But intimacy for me is basically romancing. I feel like a lot of people don't understand, but like when you make love to a person, I feel like you have to connect to a person's brain in order for them to even feel some type of orgasm. Because a lot of men out here think that their private area is going to do the job. It's not really that. It's more so a connection with the brain.
Right.
If you connect with a person's mindset, you can pretty much control it. Their emotion. Because to women, they're emotional. So you have to get a little bit more deep in tune with a woman's mind. You
got to get in touch with your feminine side to connect with us. Yeah, and you know, when I say that, it's not to
Did you just hear that?
Kind of.
Yes, you did.
Let me tell you what I mean. Because sometimes I think that men, you all don't get it. Sometimes. I'm not going to say all men, but you got to be a bit more sensitive to connect with us. You have to understand where we're coming from. And to be able to do that, you do have to have a spiritual connection to us. When I say feminine, it's not to say that you have to be,
broken the wrist.
Right, exactly. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you have to check your ego. Let me just say that. Yeah.
I would say that's agreeable.
Yeah, and the same for us. A lot of times we are so focused on our need that sometimes we don't have the ability to listen to what you all are trying to tell us.
Right.
Yeah. So I say that a lot to women.
Message.
It works both ways.
Yeah.
Is he over there ringing bells?
Message. Picking up.
Message.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that a lot of times women, we're so caught up because, as you said, we are emotional most of the time. So we're in that zone and we can't understand a lot of times what the man is communicating to us.
Yeah,
because
I feel like
all we think about is how we feel.
I feel like most men don't pay attention and most women don't listen.
I agree. That's like one of the biggest problems in relationships a lot of times is the ability to listen and then empathize with your partner.
Right.
Yeah. And you can't fix it through sex. Because I think sometimes men, you all think that everything can be fixed through sex. And it can't. And like a lot of times I'll say, for us, sometimes it's for a moment.
Little Band-Aid situation.
For a moment, but still we want you to listen and understand what we're saying.
Especially at the argument, it helps
now,
all the way.
let me just say, because I do agree. Now, I can have the best sex after an argument.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'm like, what the hell was we arguing for? You know? Yeah, but then it comes back to me after the moment has passed, and I'm like, okay, we can talk about it now. I always find that for me, the best way to communicate is when we're naked. And the reason I say that is because we're both at our most vulnerable. So it gives you more of an open mind. He's not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere because we're naked. And so it opens us both up to listen. But that's just me.
So if y'all out there and y'all having problems, get naked. And talk about it.
And talk about it. Exactly.
Exactly. That's the kind of conversation you have when you both naked. Is you get to explore the person's body. You get to see some things that you probably you missed every now and then. Like, oh, so you growing a mole on your neck now.
I see, that's it. It's like you start observing some things that, exactly. Like, oh, damn, did you get that? So, yeah, it's definitely a good way for me to communicate because it's like, okay, let's get this out on the table.
So would you say you more of a let's talk or you more of a interrogator?
I'm more
because there's two different types.
Let's talk. But before we talk, I want to kind of like, I want us to like meditate, you know.
Get in tune with each other.
Naked. Let me just say that. Because it helps me. You know, it helps me build a connection so that I'm not just coming at you like rah, rah, rah. Because then that's going to send you in defense mode.
Correct.
So I want us to put all that shit out on the table and lower our guard. For me to do that, I have to be naked. And it's work. It's worked for a very long time, but it may not work for everybody because some people may not be that free. And that's another thing. I think a lot of times we let childhood or things that we were taught, you know, coming up or that we wasn't taught, we let that dictate our relationships and not have a clear understanding that what worked or didn't work for your parents is going to be different for you because you have to set your own relationship goals.
True.
Yeah. I definitely believe in freedom of expression.
Man, I would love to hear expressing what? Expressing what?
Freedom of expression, role play, definitely role play.
Yeah.
You role play?
No,
Mr. DJ, you role play?
Oh, yeah.
You never tried it? It's very liberating.
I tried it.
Okay, what's your character?
What's my character?
Yeah.
It depends on the situation.
Okay, but name one. Don't come on here and acting all shy and shit.
I ain't acting shy. I done played the construction man and knock on the door.
Okay. The belt and everything.
Yeah, the belt.
The hard hat.
You played that one too? You played that one?
There you go. No.
Or you played the cable guy?
No.
I look like a cable guy, right?
No, I play the pizza
man.
Man.
He's stuttering.
The pizza man who got the pizza wrong, and now I got a strip, so I can get my tip. They're gonna eat the pizza, but in order for me to get my tip, I got a strip. So you know,
Lord have mercy.
That was exciting. That was exciting. You know, I was excited. I put that Gundam style music on.
And you dance to that?
Huh?
I'm not judging. Just asking a question.
No. Is that shady?
Do you dance to that? It's not
shady. I
shady.
can dance to that.
I'm just asking.
For 5 minutes.
Okay. Really, that's all you need anyway.
What's your favorite character?
Oh my God, Tina Turner.
Tina Turner.
Yeah, that's
I
my.
can see that.
Yeah, that is my shit.
Can you dance to that?
Yes. I'm gonna sing Private Dancer, all of that.
She got some strong calf muscles.
The best legs in the business.
Yes. That is my character. Who else have I played? I've done Madonna a couple of times. I like the French maid when I'm really feeling naughty.
Everybody do. French maid is like
But you gotta, it's some other shit to it.
That's
I'm
that
just
Vanessa.
saying. That's
Vanessa.
Del Rio.
that's some other. You can't just do the regular French maid. You got to add some other stuff to it because, like you said, it's something that everybody does.
Do you talk like the French maid?
A little bit.
See, you got coffee.
That
Do
is
you put
not
on a-
French.
You put on an accent. You put on an accent.
A little, a little something.
Let's hear your accent.
Oh gosh, I can't be telling all my trade
I
secrets.
just need to hear the accent.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, we want to know.
So okay, I'm like, oh, come here, monsieur. Comment allez-vous?
I'm sorry. Can you speak to the mic?
Oh, come here, monsieur. Comment allez-vous?
Comment allez-vous?
Mm-hmm.
Come on television. Okay.
Come.
Oh shit! Damn.
I'm just saying. So yeah, those are some of my characters, and then every now and then I like to
like
pull
the,
out the cat woman.
I like the woman that can play the "Hey Poppy, I Poppy."
Yeah, I think a lot of guys have that.
For some reason,
yeah.
guys just want to be called
Poppy.
Poppy.
Poppy, yeah.
Call
But
me
I don't
Poppy.
want to call anybody
Yeah.
Poppy, Daddy, or none of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not my thing.
Yeah.
I know women that do that, but I don't want to say daddy, and then all of a sudden the image of my goddamn father pop in my head. So I don't do the daddy
Oh,
thing.
that's why they
That-
say
that-
Big
well,
Daddy.
if he shouldn't be popping in your head. That
That's
kind.
not. I
that
don't
time
want to
is
call.
pop.
I already have
say
it.
Big
I had a
Daddy.
daddy, so I don't want to call a man daddy. That's not my thing.
They say Big Daddy.
And I don't want
There
no
you
man
go.
calling me mommy.
Mama
Hey, Ma.
Mama
What up, Ma?
Don't go to New
that's,
York.
That's probably gonna turn me off.
Don't go to New York.
I want
Don't go to New York.
Cause that's all you
Puerto
hear.
Rican.
Yeah,
What's up,
that's
Ma?
all. Yeah,
What's good? What's good
exactly.
with you, Ma?
I want a little Puerto Rican woman to be like, "Hi, Papi."
I'm saying
I
in
had it
bed
once.
though. I don't want to be
Yeah.
called
I had
ma
it
in
once.
bed.
Okay,
I don't want to be
listen,
called
listen,
mommy in
Whoa,
bed.
that's- me through the roof.
There's a young lady right in the back that we doing this play with.
Yeah.
Her name Ashley, right? She
Uh-huh.
look like she's a little Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like be clinging to her. I know it's gonna come out. Hey, Papi. I'm just
No, he
playing.
was sitting over there getting turned on already.
I'm just playing.
He ain't playing. That's the thing.
I'm just playing.
That's why I'm
I'm
just
just
playing
playing.
lie, okay? He just went all up in his
I'm
head
just
in that
playing.
moment.
Yeah, he did.
Didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you
I
had a
think you
moment?
I had a kind of clip moment.
I think you
Yeah.
played the scene out in your head too.
Huh?
I think you just played the scene out in your head.
That's what I'm saying. He
don't
went
fucking
way
judge
up
me.
in there.
It's gonna be
You
that
You
one
went
night-
way up in
it's gonna
his
be that
head.
one night
So
on
his
set.
head even started sweating.
A little
I'm
bit.
just saying. See?
Or could be the liquor.
By the way, folks, the call-in number is 855-493-6499 if you have questions for Jay. We're going to be bringing the cast of What If out. We'd like to hear their feedback on the show and some other things. I'm going to give Dr. Love time to calm down from that scene he just played out in his head. Because he
I'm
really
just
went
saying.
there.
I'm just saying.
I think your nipples got hard.
No, for a minute.
Yeah. They
For a
was
minute.
peeking through the
For a
shirt.
minute. And then and it takes a lot for them to get hard. I'm telling you.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, dude. I don't think so, dude.
I can't believe he's trying to sell that lie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ride the jokes with you. I'm gonna ride the jokes with you.
No,
'Cause
I'm
I'm not
just
afraid.
saying.
I'm gonna ride the jokes with you.
I love that you're never afraid. You know, I do love that. I mean, you shared a lot of things.
You know.
So, yeah.
So we have a question from Henry. Henry wants to know, do you use tools?
Whips, handcuffs. I'm trying to think of what else. Feathers.
Play the female cop where you locked them up, put the cuffs on them.
Let me tell you how nasty she is.
Oh,
She
God.
wants-
we got
wants-
company.
Oh, well, welcome.
He's
welcome.
company.
Welcome. You'll love this story. So she likes to take Skittles and melt them.
That is not what I
And
did.
put 'em
If
on
you're
the
going to
guy's
tell it right. Let me just tell you the Skittles story. Listen to this, ladies, because I make my own edible glue.
Edible glue.
Uh-huh.
Here we
So
go.
I use corn syrup, confectioner sugar, and a little bit of regular syrup, warm it up in the microwave for a few seconds. So I love Skittles. It's one of my favorite candies. So I took the glue, put it around my breast, and just put, the Skittles all around there. But on the nipple, I put red, which was peeking through my lace lingerie thing. And so I wanted him to taste the rainbow.
Okay,
but don't fucking judge me.
Okay then.
Taste the rainbow.
Okay, you heard it first,
he was never the same after that. So
you heard it first.
Taste the rainbow.
Taste the rainbow. You heard it first, folks.
You all will never look at Skittles the same again. I can assure you.
That's the new hashtag. Taste the rainbow.
Taste the rainbow.
Damn.
Yeah, so you gotta be adventurous. Sometimes in relationships we get complacent, so you really have to do some things to shake it up.
How do people shake it up though? Because a lot of people stuck in I feel like I've done everything
the old way, yeah. And shaking it up, my level of shaking it up, I am, but my level might be different. Somebody else may not be comfortable with that. Shaking it up, you can, if you've never role played, you can try role play. It's so much simple stuff to do. Like last week I talked about women being able to bathe their man, running some bath water, putting some flowers and aromatherapy oil in the tub, and then just, massaging him and things like that. That is a connection that you build with that person, whether you all are together or not. In that moment, they'll always think about you because of that. But the man has to be open enough to allow his woman to bathe him. Some men may not have reached that degree of comfort. But I think it's worth trying because it does build a strong connection.
What do you do when the man doesn't have a tub?
Then you just shower him. You can shower him still with, I mean, there are ways. You don't have to do that, but that's just one thing that you can reconnect with your lover on. Yeah. You got to be open-minded, because when you stop being open-minded, I feel like that's like the beginning of the end.
That's right.
So
wash me. Wash my neck.
She be exhausted after one.
My crack.
She will be exhausted, man.
You know what? Really?
So you say,
I'm just saying, because
you feel like some men won't allow that?
Some men aren't open enough to allow that.
I don't understand why. At some point, you're gonna need a woman to wash you up.
But I think it's I think a lot of it could be ego.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? When you find that man that will allow you to do that, I mean, it's definitely a worthwhile experience, because then he'll reciprocate, and and the rest is history. So, you want to bring your cast out?
Yeah.
But yeah, those are some of the things that you can do. And I always feel like, talk about it. Talk about the different things that y'all want to try. Like, I am adventurous, and I've always had this thing about doing it in the park. I've done that many times. Yeah. So it's the idea that somebody else might be watching. Yeah. It's a turn on. Yeah.
Or you're going to get caught.
Yeah. So I love that. But
just it keeps the adrenaline rolling.
Pull that over.
It keeps the adrenaline rolling when you can.
Yeah, it's so intense.
It's like be on edge. It's like, okay,
right.
You might get caught.
Exactly. But you don't stop. It's like, oh my God, it's like so exciting. So I just think that you have to have more of an open mind, because, I mean, don't get me wrong, for some people, being adventurous could be intimidating. So you stick with your level of comfort. Like I said, what works for me may not work for
everybody.
Exactly. Stick with your comfort zone. Well, not so much a comfort zone, but be willing to explore. And you all can talk about the things that turn you on and off. Because I think over time, our turn-ons may be different.
As you grow?
As you grow, or it may evolve, you know.
Yeah. I can kind of see that.
I think sometimes when you're younger, you're probably more adventurous, and then as you feel like I already have the person, I don't have to try different things, I think you kind of fall back.
True.
And I think that is a detriment to the relationship. So.
I think a lot of people are just not.
Here's a chair over here, too.
A lot of people are not open.
I just wanted to try to get to a mic.
Oh. I can slide over.
If y'all are just tuning in, it's 1-855-493-6499 Mixxstation Radio with the Intimate Chronicles. Intimacy Chronicles.
He said that all sexy. I got excited. Intimacy Chronicles.
Well,
Can you say that again?
Intimacy Chronicles. We can heat your meats.
Ooh. So joining us tonight is the cast of What If? And I'm going to have them introduce themselves. We can start with you, if you can tell why you came up with that screenplay.
Well,
how, rather.
I'm hitting stop. I am Cherie. I am the playwright, the director of the play What If? And bring it up to me. All right, honey bunny. So again, my name is Cherie. I am the playwright and the director of the play What If? That was going to be premiering March 9th at Bowie State University. I came up with the play 10 years ago, the first version 10 years ago, revamped it, and here we are about to just do it at Bowie.
Yeah, so are you excited?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about this one. We have an amazing cast. I love the rewrite. I think the surprises that's going to happen in this one is just going to blow people's minds. We're taking it to a different level.
Okay.
And I'm excited. I feel good about it.
That's good. That's really
good.
good. So what are your plans once you have your release on the 9th? Where do you want the play to go?
I want to do a couple more shows, and then ultimately we are heading to Atlanta October 13th. It's always been the goal. Last year was the goal to take it. I just wasn't, I guess, God's timing.
Right.
So right now we're supposed to be going this year in October.
That's amazing. So how did you, in terms of picking a cast, did you have certain people in mind for the different characters, or how did you go about that?
Well, the first time that we did this, I did.
Okay.
It was like a bunch of friends, and they were great. I loved them. It was, it was a great experience working with them. And then, when things changed with Atlanta, people moved on. I went back to the drawing board, and we still have a few original cast members, but then now we got Big Nate, who came in as being our detective. Sharice, who's brand new. She is the singer that's on WPGC right now with the song Boot Up. We got our lovely Jada, Miss Ashley, sitting over there, who is the original Miss Jada, and she's amazing. She is. She plays, she really plays her role. She plays her role. We have Malachi, who he stepped in to do the movie, and he's just not going anywhere. He has his own role now, and that was written in for him for the play. We got Clyde, who's our music producer, John, who plays Clyde, who's our music producer. He's an original cast member. Sue, who is playing Eva, she's great as well. She's new. We have Adam Michelle. We got Mike, who's Jordan, who's he's our funny guy.
Okay.
He's the funny guy. We have Marcellus, the bass man, the man with the voice, coming from 92Q back in the day, who now is on XM Radio, doing his thing. And who am I missing? Did I name everybody? I think I got everybody.
Okay.
But everybody came from people knowing somebody. Because when I met Mike off of backstage, Mike brought in a few people. John brought in Nate, and then brought in Sharice, and then the girl that's playing Michelle. And I met Sue, who was playing Eva off of hashtag DMV actors.
Okay.
And then, and then Ashley I've just known ever since she was born. Who? Latrell, yes, Latrell. Well, Latrell, yes, Latrell, Marcus King. Latrell, actually, I hashtagged him too. Hashtag DMV actors on Instagram. And all that came from Mike. Mike was like, look up actors on Instagram. Yeah, Mike is just like, that's how you find somebody.
And that's true, because I always tell Nate, you're missing the boat on Instagram. You come across all kind of people on Instagram. It is probably the fastest growing social media website.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
And they're all there.
Yeah, exactly. So where can people purchase tickets?
You can purchase tickets at eventbrite.com. You can put in What If 10 Years Reunion.
Okay.
And it'll pop up. So you can purchase them there. If any of you know any of us, or you want to hit us up on any social media outlets, on my IG, I am beautifully Cherie.
Okay.
Facebook is Cherie Loving Me Harris. You can hit me up there, or email me at sweetpeas23productions@gmail.com, and we'll get you some tickets.
Okay, cool. So Malachi,
I was going to ask you.
tell me about your character.
All right, so my character's name is Roman. They call him Butter, so AKA Butter. You hear Butter all through.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, Butter. But
That light-skinned brother.
yeah, that's man.
Came in with that sex scene.
Okay.
But yeah. So I'm one of the frat brothers in the show. I don't know. My character is a little. Seems like I kind of look out for myself a little at the end because
So your
I
character
know
selfish.
snitching on my brothers. But no. I'm just kind of filling in, and I have fun with the other frat boys. We done played sports together, and I think we won a championship together and all that other stuff. So literally, I'm just there to be supportive and just be a part of the team and a part of the brotherhood. And I enjoy it, just my role is really, really fun. Just being in the midst of all the drama, if nothing else, being in the midst of all the drama. And, I don't really get into much trouble myself, but I definitely, help push a little bit of it at one point. So,
Is he being conservative?
Yeah, he is.
That's what I
you know.
thought.
Yeah, he is. Come on, man. Not on the show, bro. Come on.
I'm sure. But no, I really enjoyed being a part of the whole movement. Even when we initially were going to go out of town with it, and I was in one of the other plays that we had here, and that was amazing. Like she said, she gave me a little bit more of a speaking role and stuff this time. But even my role the first time, it was really cool because, again, my character still is in the midst of a lot that's going on, even if I didn't say too much, but I'm there when all the major drama is happening.
That's
so,
when you show up.
Yeah, that's when I'm there showing face. I have my 15 minutes now, and I'm riding with it. That's it. So yeah.
Man, I know that you currently got a movie.
I do.
Get ready to come out.
I do actually. So I wrote, directed, produced my first independent film. I've done a few independent films for other people, but I've done my own project recently. We shot it in October of last year, and we finally released the trailer. It's overwhelming.
Wow.
It's so much going into putting together your own project. I mean, people really don't understand the work that you do when making like a film or even a play. When you don't really have a huge team when you're starting out, it is stressful, but when you love it, it's like a good stress at the same time. You know, it's like you have your moments. When you're done, it's just it's overwhelming. And it's mine. And it's mine. And I'm excited about it. So it premieres in April, which is around my birthday. So I think I'm gonna do it around my birthday. My birthday's April 23rd. So it is gonna Taurus, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Taurus, hey.
17.
Dope. Okay. It's not your turn. It's not your turn. She tried it.
She tried to steal your shine,
right? It was cool. It was nice. But it's a hey.
So wait a minute.
It's about the Taurus, baby. It's about the Taurus. It's about the Taurus.
That means that Miss April 17th gets something.
Hey. Yo, my bad. I love you though, Ash. I love you. But I definitely
on the radio.
Hey. But I definitely implore everybody to come and check it out. It's an action drama film. Definitely look at the trailer.
Okay.
If you go on my Instagram, which is Malachi_M87, that's MALACHI_M87. Click the YouTube link in my bio. You can see the trailer for it. Just check that out because it's pretty, intense, nice action film. Shout out to the cast, to Jay Sykes for helping me shoot it. Everybody, much love to everybody. It was so important, and we really had a good time. I feel like making it, so it's definitely worth looking at. For everybody who's interested in action films. And when I drop the release date, the official date, please come out.
Okay.
Please, everybody, come support it. Come have a good time, and you won't regret it. Mm-hmm. So.
That's what's up.
What's
up. Now it's your turn.
Ash.
It's my turn.
The lovely Ashley.
Oh man.
The lovely Ashley. What's up, girl?
My character. So we're talking about my character. Can y'all hear me?
Speaking to the mic, please. Not you. Speaking to that mic.
I play Jada. I am the youngest of the crew. Jada is she's independent, but she has some struggles. So, but even with her struggles, Jada's still like, I got it. I can do it. I don't need you. But she does. She needs everybody to step in and it helps her. But in her mind, she's like, no, like, I got this. I'm a professional, all of that stuff. But she's great. I think she kind of reminds me of myself a little bit. But, I mean, because she's dope. Like, I'm pretty dope. I'm not like Malachi. Like, I don't have any films coming up. I didn't write anything. I'm just here.
Oh, shit.
I don't know what else. I'm pretty. You gotta come and see it because I can't really like explain my character without giving up
too much
like
of it.
a lot of it. But she has something like traumatic happen to her. I can see that.
Okay.
So I think everybody should come out. Like, you're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry. You're gonna laugh some more. You'll probably cry some more. But it's a great show. So.
That's good. We're happy to have you. Oh, where can they find you?
Oh, my Instagram is justforme17. My Facebook is Ashley Gilmer. I don't know my Snap. I can't think of that. But y'all can find me on Facebook or Instagram. That's about it. Follow my life.
Y'all have a caller on the phone for the What If cast.
All right.
What's up? Phone calls. This is fancy.
Yeah, that's what's up.
All right, caller, you're on the air.
Hi, how are you?
Hey.
Is that Sue?
I was looking at the live feed, and who is the light-skinned brother over in the corner with the movie coming out?
My name is Malachi.
Butter.
That's butter.
But oh my God, I'm just going to tell you, you could butter my roll.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I mean, I know this is a
I'm glad this is not a syndicated show.
I would love.
Say that again, Mama.
Well, thank you.
How y'all doing?
Hey.
We're doing real good.
Wow.
Oh man, I'm flattered. Oh no, stop. Stop.
You are the first person ever besides myself that a woman has called.
Hey.
Right.
Hold up.
Hey.
Was I on that show?
Do you have any questions?
No, that was the lady wasn't in.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for the What If cast?
Yeah, this is not a young lady. This is Clyde. How y'all doing?
Yo, what's happening, man? What's up, bro?
Wow.
Yeah, I got him. I have to say hi, y'all. I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I just wanted to say hi. I'm listening to the show. Y'all doing a great job, man. Y'all come check out the play. What if, man? It's gonna be live. Those who listening.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
Clyde.
Thanks, bro.
So Clyde's gonna butter your rolls?
No, I hope not. I hope not. We ran out of butter.
Wow.
Yo.
Craziness.
Oh my God, that is so. Oh yeah, so you want to tell us about your role?
Yeah, I can do that.
Big
You
Nick.
sure? You sure?
Big
You
Nick.
can
What's
handle
happening?
that?
What's happening? So I played Detective Kirkwood. So Detective Kirkwood, he has been on the search for some years, or I think years, searching the person who has been somehow being real disrespectful to women. And so his job is to find out who it is, track him down, and arrest their dumbass. So it's going to be real intense because I've been practicing this role. I've been looking at Kojak. I've been looking at Columbo. I've been looking at Magnum P.I. I'll be looking.
And look, imagine being hunted down by this big dude right here.
I've been getting into my role, so I really want to, make this come alive, But it's definitely a well put together, well written play. Like I said, shout out to Cherie, and to the rest of the cast, to the family, who didn't know me and brought the big fella in, and we're going to definitely impress a lot of people. And I think it's going to go further than Atlanta. So I'm like claiming that one, because it's definitely good. So if you ain't got your tickets, I don't know what you're sitting around for, not getting your tickets. Get your tickets now. You can reach anybody in here to get your tickets. But like I said, they're being available, and come on out and check us out. Support black people doing black positive things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, we got another call on the air. Caller, you're on the air with Mixxstation and the Intimacy Chronicles.
No, saying in that sexy voice that you
Hello.
It's Mike.
Yo, good evening, Mike. What it do? What it do, brother?
Hey.
What up, y'all? What up?
My man.
So I'm sitting here listening to the radio cast, and I had to call in. I heard Clyde call in. So he was doing it. I just wanted to say what's going on, y'all. I'm excited for this play. This play is going to be dope. Brother, you never mentioned the name of the film. The film is called Renegade.
My film is called Renegade. I thought I said that. I'm sorry. My film. Sorry. My film is called Renegade.
Nah, your film is called Butter and Biscuits.
It's called Butter and
It's
That's
called
because he was trying to be smart.
Yo.
So we actually got Michael J. O'Neal on the phone. So Mike, why don't you tell the people as far as your role?
And Mike is in Renegade too. Mike is in Renegade.
Hold up. I'm confused because I thought that I was in the movie too, though.
You are.
They just left that part out.
Just left it all out.
This beautiful, this lovely woman right here is also in Renegade. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people in this Renegade movie that my fault if I don't name everybody. But shout out to Jay King.
I'm sitting beside
And
him.
Cherie, you're right.
Yeah.
Cherie is, and she plays a pretty important part in this movie too. You know, we actually, Cherie and I have a very interesting scene together where she actually gets to take out some of that frustration on me in the movie. Yeah,
The biscuits.
Yeah.
Wow.
My bad. Good luck, Mike. Good luck, Mike.
Hey, buddy, you gotta mention the movie.
You're right. Now shout out everybody who came and did it. Y'all are amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys are amazing.
Well, my character is Jordan in the play here. Basically, my role is to, I guess, facilitate the whole group that we have. Okay, I'm the smallest one out of everybody, but I feel like I hold my ground. So I think at least.
Because you're close to the
kind of
ground.
made me not. see, Butter always got jokes. Butter always got jokes. And Butter, I'll let you have it. But so basically, I kind of like see everything that happens in the play, and I can't really say too much without giving it out, but definitely come out and watch it. Please come out and support. It is definitely a project that we've been doing for almost about 2 years now, Cherie.
Yeah,
And,
it's been about 2 years.
Okay.
A lot. We have a really amazing cast that we have this year, and I'm really interested in seeing what we can do go forward.
Well, we thank you for calling in, Mike.
Love you, Mike.
Mike has a clothing line called High Class Clothing.
That's right, Michael.
Yes.
You want to talk about
Yes.
yours?
We got a lot of
Okay.
talented people up in this play. A lot of talented people.
I'm sorry. Yes, I have a clothing line too as well. Definitely check it out on Instagram. It's called High Class Clothing LLC.
Okay.
And you can also go to my website as well, highclassclothing.net. Check us out. Check out the website. Check out some gear. If you like some stuff, buy it. Support. We're out here.
But it's really nice clothes too. Really nice clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the highest size you go up to?
Oh boy.
Mike,
Oh boy.
Mike, what's the biggest size you go up to, Mike?
Oh boy.
Big Nate, listen, man. We put in special orders for you, baby. Anything you need, big dog. Anything that you need, big dog, I got you. Okay?
Isn't that special?
Which means we don't have it yet. We ain't got your size yet. But
But we're working on it.
we working on it. We working on it.
Exactly.
Man, you haven't talked, brother. You ain't talking my feelings up.
He only need an
You know what? Hey, you ain't got the answers, Mike. You ain't got the answers, Mike.
I'll see you when I get home, Dad. Oh man, I
my
tell you, this is
goodness.
one. I'm telling you, I've been around a lot of people, and to be around people who you can laugh with, joke with, work with, and nobody feels like that they're bigger than the other. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
No egos.
It's everybody's ego is checked at the door.
That's cool.
So I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you all have, just sitting here observing, you all have a great rapport with one another. And I'm sure we'll see that, when we come see the play. It's amazing to me. Like you said, everybody's egos are checked at the door, and it's about the team. And I think sometimes we get caught up in ego and not think about the team. So,
That's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is Mike gone? Okay, all right. So you're on the Intimacy Chronicles, so we're going to ask you all some intimate questions.
Hey,
I was
hey.
not prepared for this. I was not prepared for this.
I don't know why I'm excited. Like, let's do this. I'm excited. Hey.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Let's do it.
I'm going to start with the queen on this side.
Yeah.
You're quiet over there. And
Don't start with me.
Let me see if I can get Ashley up in here.
Let me tell you something. Once we get to butter, it's gonna be the show.
Oh man.
I'm gonna tell you. I bet you Cherie will. I'm telling you.
Okay, so it might not be him.
It's gonna be Cherie.
Yep.
So,
Oh, I'm sorry.
We don't have.
so we talk about intimacy a lot. What's intimacy to you?
Ooh. Intimacy for me is a lot. To me, I feel like being intimate with somebody is not just sex. You have to have that feeling with somebody. You have to have that connection. And I have to trust you to be intimate with you. Like, I have to trust, I have to have that type of relationship with you in order to tell you my secrets or in order to go that extra mile with you. And not even sex. Like, I just want you, you have to understand my mind. You know what I mean? Like, and I want to understand yours. So I think it's a combination of a few things.
Okay. And so, last question. Yes.
It was good, though. It was good.
What are your turn-ons and turn-offs?
Girl, you trying to get somebody to find me, get me pregnant on this show.
Yeah.
Let me turn my live.
Yo.
Everybody in trouble. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't listen to Nate. Don't listen to
No, with this one.
Nate is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I shut up, Nate.
Y'all got her stuttering
They
too.
so excited they can't wait to hear your
Ain't
response.
that crazy?
Yeah.
Kissing turns me on, but I don't like sloppy kissing. Like I don't like
no tongue.
I like tongue, but I don't like like some people can't kiss, and it'd be like real wet and nasty. Like don't do that. Don't do that. Shut up.
I agree with you on that. I remember one time I was kissing this guy and my neck was like
this.
soaking wet.
Yeah, like they slobbering on you. It's nasty. It's nasty,
The
guys.
hell?
It is nasty. Don't spit on somebody's neck.
Right.
It's nasty.
I like to kiss them dimples.
No.
See? I just missed I'm not
See,
even going to.
Y'all gotta be in this group chat because Nate be saying anything
Bro.
to me.
Oh, I know.
Bro,
Nate says
the
anything
conversations we done had at the house.
Like-
10 years, so yeah, I know he could be
to me.
out
He be saying
there.
anything to me.
So,
He say.
Miss Diva,
Yes.
what are your turn-ons and turn-offs?
Hey.
Oh, my gosh.
Is that long?
She got
Okay,
Hey.
that's my
Yes.
song too.
That's a turn on.
Okay.
I love music. So if you have just like the right playlist and you kiss the back of my neck and like the right spot in the back of my spine, it's definitely
It's
a turn
on.
on. It's on.
Yeah.
But a man that smells really good, someone that's a hard worker who I can communicate with, who I can talk to, who is going to do for me and appreciate me, who's going to take trash out, who's going to clean my house, who is just going to be there, and definitely someone that I can trust. Like it will go far and beyond just being like just sex, because you can turn me on in so many different ways walking through the door, but just don't lie to me. If I can't trust you, then there's a lot of things I'm not going to do for you, or put my mouth anywhere.
Hear
So
that? For all the men listening.
yes.
So I'm not going to ask you that question because I already know. So anyway.
Get the gas out first.
Hey.
Don't come back to me later.
Face.
So butter.
Butter.
And why is it the light-skinned guys are always called butter?
I don't listen. I didn't choose
Where
this.
did butter come from?
I didn't choose this for myself.
butter-
The whole cast over there when they was
I can't remember where it came
when
from.
we were in the
When he
house.
was in the movie, they was oiling him down, and we kept saying that he was smooth like
okay.
butter because he had. Listen, butter had a sex scene. Everybody, butter had a sex scene,
Wait a minute.
and they was oiling him down, and it was like that nigga smooth like butter, like you know. I think that's where it came from. Yeah.
And the name just stuck.
And it's stuck.
I mean, this was what, over a year ago?
Yeah.
They called me that
It's been a
during the
minute.
play, outside the
Like
wherever
it's
we
your
are.
name now.
It's
Yeah.
my name. It's
That's the
just the name.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Just Malachi is just like I don't even hear that no
On the
more.
back burner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
So what's your turn-ons and turn-offs?
Turn-ons. One thing Cherie said, I love a woman who smells good. Oh my goodness! If you smell good, I remember I was at a Washington Wizards game one day. Oh, I will never forget this. This was at least 10 years ago. at least 10 years ago. Started watching Washington Wizards game. Whole time it was this girl who was sitting beside me. I don't know what she had on, but it was so alluring and so attractive. And it pissed me off because her dude was sitting right beside her on the other side of her.
Okay.
And I'm just like leaning over slightly, just like, I don't know.
But you trying to smell her on the side.
I mean, I don't know what it was, but a woman who smells good is really important. Support, because what we do, you know, like I said, I'm directing films and acting in them. I do music as well, so I'm doing the soundtrack for my movie. So when things are popping, I'm really busy.
Okay.
So I don't want to waste my time with somebody who, you know, is not really worth it. But if you can support me while I'm doing what I'm doing, that's a turn on. Yeah. That's a big turn on. So yeah, those are important things. And also, if you can be honest, just tell me what you're thinking. You know, but. What else was you said? Turn offs?
Turn offs. Because you got so caught up in the moment.
Oh,
your turn ons.
Turn offs. We don't have time for all the turn offs. No.
Yeah.
This girl from the
Woodland. I mean, dang on.
Jesus. Turn offs. The opposite of the things I say. You know, if I can't trust you, you know, and I you know what? A turnoff is a woman without her own ambition. Because, like I said, I'm working hard to get to where I want to be, and I'm supportive as well. If I'm, you know, talking to somebody or whatever, I'm supportive of what you want to do, but you got to be wanting to do something.
Right.
You know, I'm a very giving person. I think like the natural man in me is I'm a natural provider and protector, you know, and in the Taurus, that's right. And I have no problems like giving, but you can't have your hand out all the time.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Equal.
Yeah. You can't just have your hand out expecting it. You know, the least you want from me, the more I'm willing to give. So you got to have your own goals, your own ambition, your own dreams you're reaching for. And I'll be there to support and to do what I got to do to, you know, help you get there. So, yeah.
Are you all single or in relationships?
I'm single.
I'm single.
Okay. So
Ashley might not be single too much longer. You know, I mean, you got people wanting to be in your dimples and whatnot. So now I'll just go ahead.
So I asked that.
Someone said no
since
edges.
you all are single, then you don't have to worry about juggling personal relationships and work. But if that time came, would you be able to balance both?
We'll find out when that time comes. I mean, you know what's funny? When I started doing the movie with Cherie, I was in a relationship at that time with like she mentioned the whole sex scene and everything. That didn't go over so well on her end. She wasn't happy about that, so that kind of caused a serious issue.
I think
so. It didn't last after that.
For some,
yeah, but and you know what? But the thing is this is what I want to do. We didn't actually have sex,
right?
So again, that's where that support, that understanding comes in. I mean, you know what it is. I don't hide what I want to do, so you know, and I let everybody know like this is really what I want. This is what I possibly will do. But at the end of the day, if I'm doing my acting or whatever, I still respect who I'm with if I'm in a relationship. So if you can't deal with that, I understand. I'm not even gonna be mad at that. Actually, I have more respect for you if you tell me the truth. Like, you know what? I know you're gonna be around women acting, blah 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 blah. You may have kissing scenes, blah blah blah, and I'm not comfortable with that. You know, if I really like you, to suck, but this is something I got to do for myself.
Honest, yeah.
It's something I got to do, so it is what it is.
No, I think that personally with relationships and working like the way that we do, I think it's all fair game. I feel like with any and everything you do, you can work at it and it can work. I think love is just like an extra bonus, and it's just like the great part of life. And I've balanced everything in my life, so I don't understand why not having a relationship and being able to have that and to travel and to still work and still have fun and still be the boss lady that you are and just still enjoy life. We as women, we can have it all. I mean, shit, men do it. We can have it all. It's just the simple fact of just being like, the fact of just saying like we deserve to have it all, instead of just being always labeled that we don't.
Yeah. We shouldn't
have to choose, right?
Exactly.
No.
Because men aren't made to choose.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Nope.
No shade, fellas, but it's just the reality of it.
It is.
I had a guy, actually your boy, a couple of weeks ago, called in and said women should be in the bedroom and in the kitchen. And I think that when men still think that way, and that's why I asked you, I said, he's not in a relationship, right?
Not every, but I tell you, ambition. To me, you got to have ambition and your own goals. I don't want you sitting at home like all the time.
Exactly. But I think that maybe not so secure a man may feel that way. You know what I'm saying? So, but I felt like that. I'm like, damn, are there still men that think like that?
Or is it just an old school way
There
of
are,
thinking?
though.
It might just be. It just might be. That might just be an older, mentality. Because I don't really feel like a lot of people.
The younger men.
Yeah, I don't feel like our generation really is like, you got to stay home.
That's not true.
Okay.
There are people in that generation.
I still believe that.
Yeah.
But who would? But who?
There's some people that even say like, all right, well maybe you should work part time, and I work full time. Oh, okay, I understand that, but you want me to work part time so I can have a meal ready for you when you come home? Like what?
You know what? It's funny you say that. It's funny you say that because we discussed that.
Yeah.
We discussed as far as like, okay, so whoever gets home first they're obligated to cook dinner. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I feel. If you get home first, cook dinner. But don't do no bullshit that if it takes you 15 minutes to get home now, you want to take 95.
So you don't have to be the first one there?
You know what I'm saying? Then you get that phone call.
No. I'm still in traffic.
I took the wrong detour.
Yeah. But you know what? And that's funny because, like, for me, and I'm not going to say, like, I just want you home and you only got to be the one to cook or do this. However, I do appreciate a woman who will make dinner and who knows how to clean. You know what I'm saying? And it's not because I wouldn't do it too. I mean, I feel like there's a balance. Like I said, I still want somebody who has their own ambitions and stuff. But, I mean, in a way, it'd be nice to have a woman that when I come home, there is some food. You know what I'm saying? Because I do work hard too. You know what I'm saying?
But you're going to have to understand, though, that it's very exhausting for women as well. And if you're working and you're taking care of the kids and things like that all the time and you're doing X, Y, Z, you have to step up your game and be like, hey, boo, this is what I'm going to do to make sure that you're pleased. Because the one thing I think men misunderstand is that, yes, we are super women and we will do what we have to do because that's just who we are. But we get burnt out and we can't be like, we're going to take this one to soccer practice and then come home and cook and clean and make sure this child is in the bed at a certain time and doing the homework while you sitting on your ass. It doesn't work that way. We need help. And we shouldn't have to always be like, I need you to do X, Y, and Z. You should just do it. I shouldn't have to say that the trash is running over. As you may see, trash is an issue for me. And I hate the fact that if it's running over and you can see the shit and it's still sitting there, I shouldn't have to tell you, take it out.
I feel that.
But I feel like, and men need to understand that, hey, you are placed here as we are placed as we are helpmates to each other. So everything should be equal. We can come up with a plan about who can cook here or cook there or do whatever it is, but make it fair. Because we get tired and you don't get it. Shit, I'm tired.
It is a shared ride. It's a shared ride.
No,
it's a shared ride,
but the thing is, a lot of times when men come home, your job is done. When we come home from work,
it just started.
All over exactly. Again. And then you all don't understand, if we're not in the mood for sex, it's because we are burnt out from the day that we had. Because when you come home, you put your feet up and you're waiting for your dinner to be completed. we still got kids to take care of. We still got a plan, for the rest of the week where your job is done. So if you want to initiate some sexual activity and we're not in the mood, it takes us a long time to decompress. And I think a lot of men don't understand that. You're ready, but it takes us about 20 minutes to kind of clear our head.
That's it.
I don't think that we don't understand it. First of all, if there's no communication in a relationship, then the whole situation is going to die. You know what I'm saying? So, but we as men, and I'll say us, that we have to be vigilant. When I say that, I mean, okay, so if I come home and I don't smell dinner, but you're doing this with the kids and you're doing this with the kids, then obviously I have to say, okay, you know what? I need to do X, Y, Z because maybe she's had a messed up day. There are some men that totally ignore all signs, the trash. You doing homework with the kids, and then the first thing they say is, well, where's dinner at? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to take the load off to the woman, and different things like that, and do what you need to do to make the relationship better.
Absolutely. But it's an understanding. And I feel like that the problem with that is the understanding is not established early.
I agree.
That's the biggest issue I feel like when it comes to those relationships, where it's like, personally with me, I don't like repeating the things I don't like. So when I first start talking to people, we iron that out early.
Okay.
Like important things.
Right.
And I appreciate it if you do that for me. But it's an understanding. Like, for example, right? If cooking is your thing, then that's what you're going to do. And I'll understand that's what you're going to do. If I'm cool with cleaning, then I'll be like, all right, I got you on the cleaning aspect. You just make sure you got the food. But it's that communication and that understanding that you got to have together. And I feel like if you work together on it, what's the problem?
That
What's
you
the
ain't
problem?
getting nobody cooking every day. I just want you to understand that. Ain't nobody cooking every day.
That's
but
right.
it doesn't
That's
have
the
to be.
bottom line.
It doesn't
That
have to
ain't
be.
happening.
Again, it's an okay.
Get
So
that through
with
your head,
you,
man.
that's the
Ain't nobody
understanding.
cooking every day.
We're going
Nobody.
to wrap up
Definitely
the
going to have-
show.
Nobody.
Definitely going to have y'all back on.
Nobody.
Yeah, we got to
Definitely
have
gonna
y'all back.
on. Definitely. Matter of fact, we doing a skit soon. We don't know when, but we would love to have y'all on for the Battle of the Sexes.
Yes,
Battle
yes.
of
with
the
it.
Sexes, but
I'm
before
with it.
Battle of the Sexes come, we decided to do a show coming dressed in costume as our
Yes.
favorite hero.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, Wonder
superhero.
Woman.
So I'm more of a Catwoman and Isis
You look like it.
kind of.
You look like
Now, I don't know if I should be taking that as a compliment or what.
Take that as a compliment
Take
from
that as a
Butter.
compliment,
Butter.
but
Hey, what's wrong?
yeah.
Nothing wrong with Catwoman.
I like Catwoman, so I'm still kind of torn between the Isis and Catwoman kind of thing. I got to do Catwoman my way. Not just the average Catwoman,
Wow.
And I got to bring my whip, which occasionally.
See? What I tell you? Well,
But don't judge me.
Never judge. Never judge.
She poison ivy today.
We're gonna. I did her one year. I really like that get up too. Yeah, I did that in Miami, and it was like so much fun. So y'all gotta come back for that when we
dope.
get set a date for the costume show. I'm curious to see what everybody will come dressed as.
Sharice's gonna be Wonder Woman.
Yes.
It's gonna be Wonder
Hands
Woman.
down, I'm just
I
Wonder
can
Woman
see
always.
that. Yeah, I
Wonder
can
Woman
see
always.
that. Yeah. What about you?
I love Mrs. Incredible.
Okay.
I love her.
Yes.
Yeah, she's
Elastic-
cute. Yeah.
Elastigirl.
Wow.
Mrs. Incredible.
You gonna come back for that?
Yeah, I'm coming as Black Panther. Wakanda.
Hey.
Wakanda
Nothing wrong
forever.
with that.
Hey, you know.
Nothing wrong with that.
What you gonna be, Nate?
Listen, there's no. Then we got to wrap up.
What you gonna be, Big Nate?
You gotta say
No, we
who
don't.
you
There's,
We
gonna
there's
be.
not too much shit
here
I
all
can
night.
do.
Just dressed
We
in
here-
all
we here
black
all
and
night.
put a
Ain't no wrap
bandana
up.
around your head.
You be Mr. Incredible.
No, you know what? Fuck, I'll come as Rick Ross.
He ain't no
That
damn
ain't no
No,
superhero.
but you, right,
Huh?
that's not a
He ain't no
superhero.
superhero.
Incredible
But
Hulk.
he did that, and he really
You could be
looked the
Incredible
part.
Hulk.
Yeah.
I
You
gotta
could be the Incredible
Oh.
Hulk.
Okay, so
Yeah.
seeing that you want to put me
Nate.
actually
Nate.
out there like that, what superhero is big?
The Incredible Hulk.
Juggernaut.
Oh, yeah,
Juggernaut.
exactly.
Okay, fine.
Who is Juggernaut?
Fine.
Yeah.
Beast.
Oh, Beast Boy.
No,
Not Beast
not
Boy,
Beast Boy.
but Beast.
The Beast.
Now they calling you a beast. See,
I
I gave you a
beast,
Hulk.
but
I
I'm
gave you
saying
some
he's
muscle.
big, so
I gave you some
you
dead
can
muscle.
Dress
You
and
did.
paint yourself
You looked
green.
out.
They calling you a
All right,
beast.
well, okay.
I'm
Paint
saying
yourself
he-
green.
Or
Okay.
the thing,
We-
yeah.
We're gonna do
The
that.
thing.
now.
You know what's funny?
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually.
The thing.
The thing.
There
That's
you
better.
go.
You're already brown.
So
You're
I'll
already-
cover myself in a bunch of rocks.
You're already brown.
That's fine.
Exactly. You remember
That's
now?
fine. I'll do that.
You know what's funny? I actually, me being a writer and creator, I actually made my own superhero. I created my own superhero.
Okay, what's your
yeah, so
superhero name?
That's
Butterlicious?
to be
What is
disclosed.
Butterlicious?
Okay.
What-
Butterlicious.
Are you gonna come
Butterlicious.
dressed as your superhero?
Oh, you dry bread.
Possibly either him,
Okay.
right. Possibly either him or Deadpool.
Okay.
Deadpool,
You like
yeah.
Deadpool?
Oh, yeah, how can you
I
not?
mean,
Oh, you dry
Deadpool
bread.
was the shit.
I can see your
Yeah,
skin. I can see your
yeah.
skin
I
now.
didn't see
So
the
the black,
second one.
the black women are wheat bread. The white women are white bread, and they just walking through the street all dry.
And I butter them up.
Butterlicious. Yeah.
I'm not gonna have a problem with that.
oh Lord.
I'm just
Well,
playing.
I'm
I'm just
Hawaiian
playing.
bread. I don't need no butter.
Doing black history.
Yo, that is crazy.
We'll have the superhero show, and then
I like that. I like that.
I like costumes, so I don't really need a reason to dress up in costume.
Yeah, she just came as Harley Quinn.
Just cause.
She came as Harley
cause.
Quinn.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Just cause, yeah. Although our other co-host, he's afraid of clowns, so I don't pull Harley Quinn out much. Yeah.
the other
Weird.
one, our other
The
co-host.
other one.
The
Yeah,
other
he's
one.
afraid.
The other one. Yeah.
He's afraid of clowns.
Y'all
Wow.
gonna put him out
Yeah.
there like that?
So did you freak him out when you got here? Dressed
He
up?
was
But Harley Quinn really isn't. She's not a clown.
she's
It's the
not,
makeup,
but it's the
probably.
makeup, and that's what it was. It was the makeup because it reminded him of, as a kid he was afraid of clowns. So that's what that reminded.
So you should come
him
as
of.
Maybe
mean,
it.
have
ain't
a
no-
balloon.
Come as it.
Have that it balloon
That mean
hanging
he
on
ain't
his
no
thing.
clown
That
like
would
that.
really
Scared of
freak him
clowns.
out.
Now I ain't gonna be honest. You can say what you want. If I came in and there was a red balloon in here,
Do you be
get the
out?
fuck out of here. Say what the fuck you want.
Just don't go reaching the
Everything floats
sewers.
down
Say what the
here.
fuck you
Yeah, exactly.
Everything floats down
exactly.
here.
Yeah. Hold up. And y'all do come down into the basement. To the
want.
Right.
In the
I'm
basement.
bringing a red. I'm bringing a red
Right,
balloon
right.
to practice tomorrow.
Right.
Hell to the no.
I'm bringing a red balloon to practice tomorrow.
I think you should. Yeah, I think you should.
Let it hang.
But yeah, I like that.
If
So
Nate
fun.
has run down that street, I have to record it so y'all
Oh
can see it.
yeah, that would definitely be one for the books, but no shade. Just
You see
saying.
his face?
I didn't even hear it. I
Oh.
didn't hear you comment.
Okay, good. Next.
What'd you say, A? I know it came from you. You try to play so fucking innocent, man. I swear.
So, tell us where we can buy tickets for the play again.
You can go to. Oh, why do that? You can go to eventbrite.com, or you can hit up any of us on our social media pages. Cherie Loving Me Harris on Facebook, Beautifully Cherie on IG, and it's Eventbrite. What if 10 years later? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go there.
All right.
Or you can just show up at Bowie State University, Myers Auditorium, MLK building. Buy your tickets at the door. Hey, look,
That's true.
I'm trying. We want to sell 500 tickets. We got 900 seats. We would love to sell a place out, but if we get 500, we'll love you. Just come.
Yeah.
You won't be disappointed. I promise. You
Y'all
won't.
got y'all tickets? Y'all got
Get
y'all
your
tickets? Oh, I have
tickets.
some on
Get
hand
them,
that
get
y'all
them,
need 'em.
get them, get them.
I'm going to buy a ticket from him, but I'll actually be on tour in Miami that weekend.
Oh.
So, yeah. Where can they,
that
Jay
suitcase.
McGraw 1 on Instagram and Jay McGraw 410 on Facebook.
Dopeness.
Nah, I think you said it right. That's my other page too.
Okay, all right, yeah. So this concludes the Intimacy Chronicles. You can watch it on Spreaker.com and Facebook, Facebook.com.
Anybody go
I think
do
we're
Instagram?
on all platforms, right? YouTube.
Yep. iHeartRadio,
Yay! So
iHeart-
just look us up.
What
We
if,
will
baby?
see.
Spotify.
And Spotify. Let's not forget Spotify.
Y'all everywhere.
We are everywhere.
On Mixxstation Radio.
That's right.
Y'all better recognize.
I should put some makeup on this.
No, you fine, girl. You gorgeous. So we're gonna make room for the other show. What's the name of the other show?
Couples Corner.
The Shepherd's
Ah!
Stay tuned.
Couples Corner.
Corner.
Coming up
So
next.
they want all the devils to clear out.
Right.
Gotta get moving.
I better get
You
moving.
guys are tuning in.
Ah.
It's your birthday, party, it's your birthday. And if it ain't your birthday,
Deuces.
whether you're on your work day or your vacay, you got one life to live, time to celebrate.